माय डियर फ्रेंड, तो आज मैं ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी का एक टॉपिक पढ़ूंगा यानी एक चैप्टर। इस चैप्टर का नाम है नेचुरल हजरत एंड डिजास्टर। और इस वीडियो आप इंजॉय करें और इस वीडियो अपने फ्रेंड के साथ शेयर कर दे ताकि वो भी इस वीडियो देखे। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज का इस रीडिंग वीडियो में। नेचुरल हजरत एंड डिजास्टर। Basic concept: hazard, a dangerous condition or the event that threatens or has the potential to the causes injury, property damage, or the environmental harm. Vulnerability: the extent to which the community, structure, service, or the geographic area is likely to be damaged or disputed by the particular hazard. Due to it is the characteristics, constructions, and the proximity to the hazardous area. Physical vulnerability relates to the physical conditions of people and structure at risk, such as the buildings and the infrastructure. Socio-economic vulnerability refers to the individual and communities' susceptibility to harm from the disaster due to their social and economic status. Risks as a measure of the expected losses due to the hazard event occurring in the given area over the specific time period. Disaster. A disaster is defined as a serious disruptions in the functioning of the community or a society causing the widespread materials, economic, social, or the environmental losses which exceed the ability of the affected society to cope using its own resources. Disaster result from the interplay of the hazard, the vulnerabilities, and insufficient capacity to the mitigate risks. Meteorological disaster. Disaster caused by the extreme weather the products by the Earth's atmosphere. Geographical disaster. Natural disaster caused by other geographical forces are called the geological disaster. These are the earthquake, tsunami, volcanics, eruptions, and the landslide. Common disaster in India. Traditionally, India has been prone to the disasters such as earthquake, floods, cyclones, etc. due to its the geographical and hydrological profile. Moreover, with the rapid urbanization and infrastructure development, newer threats such as the heat waves, urban flood, forest fires, etc. have also become the prominent in the recent year. Earthquake. Earthquake refers to the sudden shakings of the earth's core. The causes of earthquakes. The earthquakes due to the plate tectonics. The earthquake due to other causes. Volcanic eruption, rock falls, landslide, subsidence, particularly in the mining areas, impounding of dams and reservoirs, etc. Measuring earthquakes. Earthquakes can be measured by the use of the two distinctively different scale of measurement. Richter scale. Measurement the magnitude, the instant elastic energy released by the earthquake. Of the earthquake, it is at the logarithmic scale, and the increase of 1 in magnitude correspond to a 10-fold increase in the amplitude of shaking. It is expressed numerically running from 0 to 10. Markeling scale. Measurement the intensity effect of and the earthquake where each occur scale span from 1 to 12 intensity indicate the violence of the shaking of the extent or potential of damage at the given the location due to the particular earthquake. The most commonly used the intensity scale are modified Marketing intensity scale and Medveda Sponerer Karnik MSK intensity scale. Modify Marketing scale enhances and more the details the versions of the original Marketing intensity scale, providing the better distributions of the effect of and the earthquake at the specific location. The five seismic zones 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the Indian Seismic Code IS is to 1893, 1893 to 1983 correspond to the areas that have the potential for the shaking intensity on the MMI scale of the 5 or less, 6, 7, 8, and 9 or more respectively. Distribution pattern of the earthquake is India. The seismic zonic map of the India is divided into the following four earthquake zones. Zone 2. This is said to be the uh, least active seismic zone. Zone 3. It is the included in the moderate seismic zone. Zone 4. This is the considered to be the high seismic zone. Zone 5. It is the highest seismic zone. Tsunami. Tsunami refers to a series of a large wave on ocean surface caused by a sudden displacement of water. These are also called shallow water wave. Causes of a tsunami. The geological movements that causes tsunami are the product in three major ways. Number one, fault movement on the sea floor, accompanied by the earthquake that causes tsunamis. Landslide, either the occurring underwater or originating above the sea. Volcanic activity near the shore or underwater. Example, Krakatau eruption 1883 in Indonesia produced a tsunami in the Java and Sumatra. General characteristics of tsunami. Tsunami move at the great speed and have the tremendous energy. The speed depends on the depth of the water it is the traveling through. The deeper the water, the faster they move. In the deep ocean, tsunami can move as fast as the jet plane over the 500 mph, 800 km per hour, and can across entire ocean in less than a day. The distance between waves in the wavelength because of the tsunami long wavelength, which can be the hundred of miles. If the tsunami is the barely noticeable in the deep ocean and rarely more than 3 feet 1 meter high. Mariners at sea will not normally notice a tsunami as it passes beneath their holds. As a tsunami enters the shore or water near the land, it is slow the down waveland that decreases wave growth in high and current intensity. At the shore, most tsunamis slow to the speed of a car, approximately 200 to 30 mph, 30 to 50 km per hour. Impact of tsunamis is less over the ocean and more near the coast. The tsunami are frequently observed along the Pacific Ring or fire, particularly along the coast of Alaska, Japan, the Philippines, and other islands. of the Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, and India. India has the voluntary to the join the international tsunami warning system after the 2004 tsunami disaster. Tropical cyclone. Tropical cyclone are the intense and low pressure areas confined to the area lying between the 30-degree north and 30-degree south latitude around which the high velocity wind blow. It is the energized by the release of the latent heat, the condensation of the moisture that the winds gathers after the moving over the ocean and sea. Condition for the tropical cyclone. Warm sea the surface temperature above 27 degrees Celsius. Large and the continuous supply of warm and the moist air drives it due to the release of the latent heat. Strong Coriolis spores that can prevent the feeling of low pressure at the center. Absence of the Coriolis spores near the equator prohibit the formations of the tropical cyclone between 0 degree to 5 degree latitude. Unstable condition in the troposphere that create the local disturbance around which the cyclone develops. Absence of storm, the vertical wind, the winds which that disrupt the vertical transport of latent heat. Safety or temporary distribution of the tropical cyclone in India. Owing to it is the peninsular shaft, the tropical cyclone in Indian originate in Bay of Bengal, majority of the cyclones and Arabian Sea. Most of the cyclone the originate between the 10 degree to 15 degree north latitude during the monsoon season. However, in the case of the Bay of Bengal, cyclones mostly develops during the month of October and November. Floods. Distributional pattern of flood in India. Rashtriya Bark Ayog National Food Commission identify 40 million hectares of land as the food borne in India. Most flood affected states are Assam, West Bengal, and Bihar. Most of the rivers in the northern states like Punjab and Uttar Pradesh are also the vulnerable to the seasonal floods. Sometimes Tamil Nadu experience flooding during the November-January due to the retiring monsoon. Drought. Drought is the period of the abnormally dry weather that persists long enough to cause the serious hydrological imbalance. It occurs when there is a deficiency of the precipitations over an extended period, resulting in a water shortage. Types of droughts. Meteorological drought characterized by the prolonged period of the inadequate rainfall. Rainfall distribution in the weather both the spatially and the temporally often lead to other types of drought. Hydrological drought occurs when water ability in reservoir lacks and the aquifer falls below the normal leaves can the result from the prolonged meteorological drought or the excessive water use. Agricultural drought characterized by the low soil moisture affecting crops growth and the yield. Areas with the significant irrigations may be the less susceptible to the agricultural drought. Ecological drought occurs when the nature of the ecosystem productivity declines due to water scarcity can lead to the ecosystem degradations and the loss of the biodiversity. Drought areas in India. On the basis of the severity of droughts, India can be divided into the following regions. Extreme drought affected areas. Most part of the Rajasthan, particularly areas to the west of the Aravalli Hills, that is Marustali and the Kutch regions of Gujarat. Severe drought prone area. part of eastern Rajasthan, most part of Madhya Pradesh, eastern part of Maharashtra, interior part of Andhra Pradesh and the Karnataka plateau, northern part of the interior Tamil Nadu, and the southern part of the Jharkhand and the interior Odisha are the including in the category. Including in this category, moderate drought the affected area. Northern part of Rajasthan, Haryana, southern district of Uttar Pradesh, the remaining part of Gujarat, Maharashtra, except the Konkan, Jharkhand, and the Coimbatore Plateau of the Tamil Nadu and the interior Karnataka. Landslide. A sudden movement of the rock, boulders, earth, or the debris down at the slope is the terms a landslide occurred mainly in the mountainous terrains where there are the conductive condition of soil, rocky, geological and slope. Landslide vulnerability zone, very high vulnerability zone. Himalayan region, areas with the unstable slopes, so high rainfall and frequently earthquakes. Western Ghat and Nilgiris. The steep slopes and the high rainfall make this region the susceptible to the landslide. Northeastern region, similar to the Himalaya, the region is the prone to the landslide due to the high rainfall and the unstable slope. Area of the intense and human activity. A region with a significant infrastructure development such as road and dam can increase the risk of landslide. High voluntary zone. Himalayan state. All the states in the Himalayas region except the plains of Assam. Northeastern state. Most states in the northeast exclusive the plains of Assam. Moderate to the low vulnerability zone. The Trans-Himalaya region, the areas with less the rainfall and the stable terrain. Aravalli Range, undulating and the stable relief with low rainfall. Rain shadow area, western and the eastern Ghat. Deccan Plateau, generally the stable but the occasional landslide can occur. Meaning and the subsidence area. States like the Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Goa, and Kerala. Other areas Rajasthan, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, except the Darjeeling, Assam, except the Karbi Anglong, and coastal regions of the southern state are the generally less prone to the landslide. Other disaster. Natural disaster causes, impact, distribution in India, mitigations and strategies. Urban flood causes the intense the rainfall, poor drainage, encroachment on the water bodies, the climate change. Impact: water lowing, property damage, loss of life, disease, the outbreak. Distribution in India, major cities like the Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Delhi. Mitigation strategies: improve urban planning, strong water drainage system, the green infrastructure, yearly the warning system. Glacier lake outbursts flood causes. Climate change, the glacier melting, dam branches. Impact: flash flood, damage to the infrastructure, loss of life, ecological damage. Distribution in India, Himalaya regions, accessibly at Uttarakhand and Sikkim. Mitigation strategies: early warning system, construction of dams and the channel, monitoring of the glacial lakes. Cloud burst causes rapid orographic lifting of warm air and the associated atmosphere instability. Impact: flash flood, the landslide, erosions, property damage, loss of life. Distribution in India, hilly and the mountainous region, especially Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. Mitigation strategies: yearly the warming system, disaster, 3% evacuation plans, land use, the planning. Land subsidence causes excessive groundwater extractions, meaning the activity natural compactions of soil. Ground sinking damage or to the infrastructure, flooding, water lowing. Distribution in India. Coastal area meaning the region, urban area. Mitigations strategical. Sustainable groundwater, the management proper meaning the practice and practice land use planning. Recent disaster across world. Disaster locations, primary causes, geographical and the geological factor. 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Location Indian Ocean. Primary causes the underwater earthquake. Geographical and the geological factor. Subduction zones along the Sanda Plate. 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. Location Japan. Primary causes underwater earthquake. Geological and the geographical factor. Subduction zone along the Pacific Plate. 2015 Nepal earthquake. Location Nepal. Primary cause tectonic activity. Geographical and the geological factor. Himalayan orogenic plate activity fault line. 2020 Beirut explosion. Location Lebanon. Primary cause the explosion of the ammonium nitrate. Geography and geological factor. Port city dense the urban area. 2021 Haiti earthquake. Location Haiti. Primary causes earthquake. The geographic and the geological factor. Caribbean plate boundary the seismic activity. 2022 Pakistan flood. Location Pakistan. Primary cause heavy monsoon rain. Geography and the geological factor. Indus River Basin. Glacier melt. 2023 Turkey Syria earthquake. Location Turkey and Syria. Primary cause earthquake. Geographical and the geological factor is Anatolian fault activity the seismic zone. 2023 Hawaii wildfire. Location Hawaii, USA, United States of America. Primary cause strong wind dry condition. Geographical geological factor. Volcanic Iceland dry climate invasive grasses. 2023 Uttarakhand flood. Location Uttarakhand, India. Primary cause heavy rainfall landslide. Geographical and geological factor. Himalayan region the steep the slope fluvial ecosystem. 2023 Himachal Pradesh flood. Location Himachal Pradesh, India. Primary cause heavy rainfall, cloud burst. Geological and the geographical factor. Himalayan region the steep slopes the fragile ecosystem. 2023 Raigat landslide. Location Raigat, Maharashtra, India. Primary causes heavy rainfall, unstable slopes. Geographical and the geological factor. Western Ghat monsoon the climate soil erosion. 2022 Hurricane Ian. Location Florida, USA. Primary cause tropical cyclone. Geographical geological factor. Warm ocean water the hurricane season. 2022 Hurricane Koina. Location Caribbean, Canada. Primary causes the tropical cyclone. Geographical geological factor. Warm ocean water the hurricane season. 2021 heat wave in North America. Location North America. Primary cause climate change heat dome. Geological and geographical factor. Continental climate and the urban heat the Iceland effect. 2020 Australian bushfire. Location Australia. Primary cause drought, heat wave, the lightning stick, and the geographical and the geological factor. Dry climate, equilibrates forest, the El Nino. 2018 Campfire. Location California, USA. Primary cause wildfire. Geographical and geological factor, dry climate, strong the winds, fuel the accumulation. 2017 Hurricane Maria. Location Petro Caribbean. Primary cause the tropical cyclone. Geographical and geological factor, Iceland geography, hurricane season. इसका वीडियो जो एडिट किया था नेचर, तो ये था इसका वीडियो जो रीड किया था नेचुरल hazard एंड डिजास्टर। तो कैसे लगा कमेंट में कमेंट कर देना। थैंक यू सो मच।